Finally reached the end. The World Series, the Fall Classic, the best in the American League versus the best in the National League. You got the 104 and 58 Dodgers against the 101 and 61 Astros in what is going to be a Fall Classic for the ages, ladies and gentlemen, because it is going to be of epic proportions. Let's start off with the matchup and how these two teams will fare against each other. Starting off with pitching, obviously there's two starting pitchers that matter for both sides. It's their star pitcher they developed, and of course their rental. For the Dodgers, you've got Clayton Kershaw as their star, and Yu Darvish as their rental. Kershaw's pitched 17.1 innings pitched, 0.98 whip, and a 3.63 ERA. It's average. But then you got Yu Darvish, who's got 11 innings pitched, a 0.79 whip, and of course a 1.59 ERA, which is pretty good. Looking on the other side of the Astros, obviously Dallas Keuchel is their star, and Verlander's their rental. Keuchel's got 17.1 innings pitched, just like Kershaw, 1.1 whip, but a 2.6 ERA, which is a full run better than Clayton Kershaw. And looking at Verlander, he's got 24.2 innings pitched. The guy's been kind of a beast, obviously ALCS MVP for a reason. 0.93 whip, and of course a 1.46 ERA, which is better than Darvish's by 0.13. Overall, the Dodgers have given up less hits at 5.25 a game, with a 2.25 earned run average, with an average of 10 strikeouts and 0.76 whip. And on the other side, the Astros have given up 7 hits, 4 runs, 9.76 strikeouts, and of course a 1.21 whip. So the starters are better in Houston, but overall the pitching is better in Los Angeles. Offense for comparison, let's just do this team by team. Batting average, Los Angeles 273, Houston 247. On base percentage, Los Angeles 378, Houston 324. Runs scored, 6 runs a game scored for Los Angeles, 4 runs a game scored for Houston. Hits, 9 hits a game for Los Angeles, 8 hits a game for Houston. Looking at Justin Turner versus Yulieski Gurriel, average, Turner up by about 21 points. Hits, Gurriel's got 3 more than Turner. Home runs goes to Turner. RBIs goes to Turner, and on-base percentage is 500 for Turner and 409 for Gurriel. Looking between Chris Taylor and Carlos Correa, batting average, Carlos Correa 295, Chris Taylor 281, 9 hits for Chris Taylor, 13 hits for Carlos Correa, 2 home runs for Chris Taylor, 3 home runs for Carlos Correa, 410 on-base percentage for Chris Taylor, and 340 on-base percentage for Carlos Correa. And looking at the 2 best offensive juggernauts right now on both teams, Yasiel Puig and Jose Altuve. Puig has a better batting average with 414, with Altuve's 400. Altuve's got 5 home runs and 8 RBIs, as opposed to Puig's 6 RBIs. But Puig has been absolutely incredible with a 514 on-base percentage, which is better than Altuve's 500. Fielding percentage is almost identical. Los Angeles Dodgers have a 993 fielding percentage, whereas the Astros have a 990 average. But I think I want to look at something a bit kind of more in depth and something that most fans won't look at, and that's salary. Looking right now, the Dodgers spend the most money in Major League Baseball on their 40-man roster at $265 million a year. 183 of that goes to their top 25 men. Looking at the Astros, they're developing the team, so they have $149 million on their players. That's 15th. That's below the league average. $132 million goes to that 25-man roster, which is 8th in the major leagues. Now, the salary per win is where the real difference kind of shows. Los Angeles is obviously buying the team, whereas Houston has developed this team over the course of 4 or 5 years. The difference between the two, Los Angeles, for every win this season, have spent $2.3 million, whereas Houston, for every win, has spent $1.3 million. So the difference is nearly $1 million per win, which is absolutely incredible considering that these are the top 2 teams left. The playoff history, this is the 11th attempt for the Dodgers since 1988 to claim the World Series, and for the Astros since 1980, this is actually their 11th attempt to capture the World Series. The Dodgers have won 6 World Series and have now competed for the World Series in 6 different decades. Whereas the Houston Astros, this is their second World Series appearance, the first one being in 2005, and obviously they're looking to win their first one. Just one quick note here, the Los Angeles Dodgers are the third team since 1995 looking to win the World Series with having the best regular season record in all of baseball. The story of the World Series. For the Los Angeles Dodgers, they've won 5 straight division championships. They've gone to 2 straight NLCSs, and now they're in the World Series for the first time since 1988 in 29 seasons. And I have to say, the team is a bit overdue. Alex Anthopoulos, the GM of the Dodgers, have put them over the top this year. And I think that realistically, it's a win-now mentality because who knows if they're able to afford this team next year because it has been an incredible run. Sports Illustrated called them the best team ever, and then they choked, and now they basically redeemed themselves by playing absolutely incredible throughout both the NLDS and the NLCS. A great 7-1, and I think realistically, they really just want to show the world that they don't choke, and they could actually pull off the World Series. Towards the Houston Astros, they had a hurricane, which is kind of suiting because they have a storm of young talent. They've been very patient, they've waited, they have developed. They have not won a world championship in their 57 years of existence. I think maybe 58. Anyways, they have done so much. They've been so patient. They've been flopped around from the NL to the AL, only the second team to play in both leagues. The fact that they have won their first division championship in 16 years. Jose Altuve has had a career year. He is arguably the MVP in the American League this year. Verlander wants his first championship. Carrera and Gurriel have all been great. Some injuries have kind of been happening, but this is a young team that could be back again next year, and they could be competing arguably for the next 4 or 5 years to come. And I think realistically, they just want to win it now and potentially go into the dynasty mode. Who do you want to win the World Series this year? Is it the Dodgers or is it the Astros? It is the most wonderful time of the year, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully you all get the chance to go out and enjoy it. And I'm hoping it goes 7 games. So anyways, that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, tell all your friends, and of course, stay tuned for more videos coming this off season.